Right, perfect. Yeah, so Yahya, just for people who don't know who Yahya is, Allah Mubarak, he is a Reba brother. Um, I think your name when you joined earlier, that was your name before, but Allah Mubarak, you have changed it to Yahya. So Yahya, he is from the UK as well. So I'll let him introduce himself, but Yahya, we all know what to do. We all have project one and two. Just the main thing is seeing you succeed within a week of joining phase two is just great, and it's motivation for people who might have been in phase two for a while or might be struggling in any sort of way. So would love to hear about mindset advice, about motivation, just for the people that are looking for their first clients.
Yeah, I mean, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. Yeah, as Brother Azam mentioned, my name is Yahya. I'm 29. I'm a revert. I mean, honestly, coming onto this course, I didn't really know what to expect, but really the way that Brother Azam sort of lays out the program, he really has taken a lot of the legwork out of it for you. So all you really have to do is literally just follow what's follow what's on the sheets, and it literally does. Yeah, it literally does work. It can feel obviously it can feel obviously if you're coming into it and you haven't really done anything like this before, then yeah, you might feel a bit weird like approaching people. But the best advice I can give you is just go ahead. I mean, give it a go. What do you have to lose? The only thing you have to lose is that some people will say no, not interested. But I mean, that's just that's just a reality that we all have to face, and you just have to keep it moving. Follow the mindset advice, like as it says, if we the life that we want is the life that we're trying to create, yeah. And in order to get there, like if our current mindset or the mindset that we've had before coming into this was a successful one, then we would kind of already be there. And it kind of sounds a bit like tough love, but it is. I mean, it's one of those things where it kind of is true. You do have to switch your thinking. You have to change yourself into being an active person. You have to be the person that you want. You have to bring into being the person that you're trying to create. And we're all trying to be successful for whatever reason. Some of us is to make hijrah, some of us is to make hajj, some of us is to get into property, etc. So yeah, really just trust the process. Um, Brother Azam he has actually been there. Like anytime I've needed anything, he's been there. And yeah, it is all of it is possible. You just have to believe in yourself. And yeah.
I love
Uh, if there's anything else that I've missed, yeah. If there's another thing as well, yeah. I just wanted to say wallahi as well. I haven't been paid to say any of it. This is literally just all of my opinions. So yeah, wallahi. And yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you everyone.
Jazakallah for that, brother. I could say these things as many times as I want, but to be honest, unless people hear it from someone who's actually got results, no one ever believes it, which is fair enough. But what I'd like you guys to do from now on is just forget about everything else stopping you in your head. Just say Bismillah and just get on to the action steps. Like, how many times do you need to kind of be shown, people getting results? We've had so many people on these group calls showing the results, showing that they've got, kind of some sort of progress from this program. So it's just you actually just taking some sort of consistent action steps at this point. But let's move over to the presentation. Before I move on to that, just like to tell you guys, when I am speaking, because I want to make this into something that's very productive, I'll ask you to maybe drop a one in the chat just to keep track that you guys are with me. And two, if something's confusing you, or if you'd like me to go back to a slide or kind of explain or expand a bit more on it. But anyway, like always, we'll start off with what is the purpose of this presentation. So all of you have the action steps, project 1 and 2. You know what to do. It's just you doing it. The only one thing that stops a lot of people from doing the action steps is overthinking, getting inside their heads. And if I can say something that might just click with you, just that one thing that might click with you, that will allow you to then do the action steps that you should be doing already, which inshallah will lead to you getting results. Everyone here on this call is in phase 2 except Yahya, of course, but he came on this call just to give advice. But everyone here is attempting to get their first client. It's pretty normal to be confused, uncertain. This is something new for you. So it's naturally going to be very kind of confusing. People like control. Humans like control. They like knowing the future. And this is literally the opposite of that. That's generally the nature of the business as well. Like, or in business in general is meant to be basically you don't know what's about to happen next. You just take it one step at a time. Do what is in front of you, do that with excellence, and then move over to the next step. Yeah, so basically, like I mentioned, let's just focus on the mindset for now on this call, and you'll have the whole week to just focus on project 1 and 2, and hopefully this time next week you'll be the person on these group calls giving advice. Now, my goal here is for you to take action, not to offend anyone. I'm just trying to maybe call out certain behaviors. It's just to motivate people, but never specific individuals. Now, today's topic. Now, people seem to be really enjoying my story and me sharing my experience and how I did it. So this is kind of a sequel to last week's group call, which I believe was one of the best ones, just to show you what the future plan of this program is, what you'll be doing, what you're aiming for. So I highly recommend after this group call, if you haven't watched last week's, please go ahead and do that. But anyway, today's topic is my timeline from 0 to my first 10K month. And number 2 is example of DM ads, which is the eventual replacement for the cold calling outbound systems. Now, let's start off with the bridge of knowledge / courses to get to your goals. Now, myself, alongside all the people actually teaching, make money online on start this business, or anyone that has started a business successfully has gone through this, the bridge of knowledge or the bridge of courses. So what I'm saying is the first course or the first thing that you invest into or the first piece of knowledge that you get is not always the one that actually gets you to the goal that you want. Myself, including a lot of people that I look up to, had to go through multiple courses, spend thousands upon thousands, and only then they reach their goal. What I wanted to show you guys is just this screenshot, the receipt that I just made another 6K investment July 10th, 3 days ago, for a program, with someone that I know that is where I want to be, just so I can ask them the question, hey, if you were in my position, how would you get to where you are? That's a simple question that I ask everyone before I, kind of officially start a program with them. And just to let you know, my total investments into education, courses, just building myself into the businessman that I would like to become so far is 67,000. This is no exaggeration. I've literally calculated this. I'm not even including the, the couple of hundred that I might have spent on different courses. This is literally just on this. I've spent 67,000 USD, which is 51,500 pounds on just courses and education, just to let you know that whatever I do have today, and the reason I'm here trying to teach you guys business is because I truly have literally given everything I possibly have into this business and learning everything there is to know about the industry right now, so I can be as authentic as possible while giving you the information that you need to then actually succeed. But anyway, just to end off this point of bridge of courses and knowledge, you guys don't have to go ahead and spend thousands upon thousands on different courses. I'd like to make this the only thing that you need to go ahead and succeed, because I've gone through the stress coming to that. My money spent on programs and courses with the correlation of the income that I made from this business. I wanted to give you a rough trajectory that I had. So basically at the top is the money spent on courses, and the bottom is how much I actually was making at that point. So my first investment on this industry, I made plenty before, but in this industry was 6K. Obviously I was making zero. Then it was another investment of 15,500 USD, which then allowed me to finally make 5,000 a month. Now, do you understand what I mean by the bridge of courses? As in, combined knowledge of these two courses allowed me to then make 5,000 a month, which, if you refer back to the presentation that I did last week, I talked about you become, then you do, then you have. The doing of these two courses allowed me to become the person that could make 5,000 a month. Then, and this is very, very interesting, this is why I made this graph, was just another 1.5K investment allowed me to have my first 11K month. Now these are 11K months that, you know, predictably you could do the same number, because business is systems. You create the systems, you get the same results. But the interesting thing is, without having to invest anything else, I then the next month made 30K, 38K, and then the next month made 60K. So talk about, you know, like what do you call it, when people get results almost immediately. Crap, I can't think about it, but basically overnight success. Overnight success. Talk about overnight success. But it wasn't overnight, was it? Because I had to stack these different skills, knowledge, and the courses that I had bought to then be able to go from 5K to 11K, then 38, then 60K almost immediately. And I haven't looked back ever since. But the interesting thing here is that let's now show you the trajectory with income made from this business and the time spent since I started to search for a halal business, since my first Google search, how do I make money online? And like you guys, I saw millions of different things as well. But you know, the 5K month that I made after that 15.5K investment, that was 2 years and 2 months after I started actively trying to start a halal business. It took me 2 years and 2 months to make my first 5K month. Now, you guys won't have to go through that, because I'd like to give you all the answers, but it's on you guys to ask me the right questions so I can then give you the right answers. But for now, if you want to keep it very simple, just do project 1 and 2. Just take it one step at a time. I've already laid out the action steps that you need to do. Just trust the process, like Yahya mentioned before. Now, 2 years and 3 months for 11K, 2 years and 4 months for 38K, 2 years and 5 months for 60K. So it took me 2 years of consistent effort to keep working, to then become an overnight success after 2 years, and let's say 2 years and 4 months to then make 38,000 USD and then 60K. Now let's take a step back and go back to my mental and physical state after around 2 years of constantly trying. And I mean trying, not just, you know, this was me not doing anything else other than just trying to work on this. And the only reason I'm sharing this with you is not to just randomly show you pictures of me having acne and a couple of medicines, but it's just to make you realize that, you know, the stress and the severe anxiety that I've had to go through by spending all of this money. And you know, how much is this? 21,000, let's say around 23,000 USD I had spent without, you know, seeing proper results in my life, and constantly doing this with family pressure, etc. So let me just show you what I was going through. So here's physical proof of what my face looked like just because of the severe general anxiety disorder that I had. So NHS, it's in the UK, National Health Service, they do like a test. You know, when you have mental health issues, they do like a anxiety score. So I got it done. I was working with a therapist, blah, blah, blah. She gave me an 18 out of 21. This is severe general anxiety disorder, which then impacted me physically with my face looking like that. And you can tell from my eyes how depressed I am, because nothing was working. Nothing was working. Everything seemed to be just, you know, going against me. It just felt like whatever I did wouldn't work. Because imagine for 24 months straight, you're working towards something, but nothing is working. And then, you know, my family members, obviously, they're putting the pressure. Hey, what's going on with the business stuff that you're doing? And I have to just lie to them saying, hey, yeah, you know, we're making progress. Something's happening. I'll get successful, blah, blah, blah. But just, you know, that it's not working. It's just constantly that thing of what's going to happen. That added to my anxiety in the future as well. Now, the reason I'm showing you examples of my medicines that I was taking is because, look, that anxiety impacted my stomach, my gut. This Buscopan that you see in front of you that's for your gut. And then another medicine that you see at the top, the blue one, that's also for the gut, because I was having extreme pains in the gut because of that anxiety. And if you're wondering, hey, what if the cause was something else? It wasn't. You don't just get Buscopan and the other one randomly. You have to get prescribed. And then I also had to take inhalers all of a sudden, because that mental state really does affect your physical state. Had to take inhalers, then you know, what's it called, acne medications, etc. And just to let you guys know, I do not take any of these medications now, and neither does my skin look like this. As you guys already know, you've met me and seen me. And I do not have that severe anxiety disorder, because Uh, the only reason I've shared that with you, just to kind of drive the point home again, is just to let you know what I have actually gone through to actually have what I have. Now, next point is success timeline is best explained by the night tick. The way it works is it starts off with this optimism. Hey, this is going to work. This is going to be the thing that will get me to my goals. To be honest, it's with anything. Amazon FBA, trading, drop shipping, they all work. They all definitely work, some better than others. But it all starts off with optimism. Hey, this is going to work. But then naturally life kicks in. Reality of anything at the beginning, which is very difficult, right? Then an average person quits saying, oh, I tried. And then they tell people the story. Hey, a couple of years back, I bought this course and I tried it and it didn't work for me, blah, blah, blah. And then they take that example for the rest of their lives just to, show it to people who might ask them, hey, why didn't you ever go into business? So you can say, hey, no, I did try it, blah, blah, blah. No, you didn't try it. That's just the natural trajectory that success goes in. It starts off at the top, then goes down. Then if you stick to it long enough, the person that continues iterating until it actually works for them, not giving up, experiences what average people call luck, so-called luck. But it only happens once you stick to something long enough. And in this case, you guys know this is a billion-dollar industry. It's constantly growing. There's a constant need. So all you need to ask yourself is, what is the right answer for my situation? And that's exactly what I'm here for. If you ask me the right questions, I can then give you the best answer. Now, whatever difficulty looks like in your life, just remember, Allah does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear. No challenge too big, no calamity too harsh, no loss too much to bear. Now, the reason I'm giving examples like this is because some people are just here to just make a bit more money, but some people truly are going through very, very tough times. And whatever that looks like, just think about this. This is actually from the Quran. Just do not think that you're going through something that you cannot bear. There's a reason why you're going through it. Everything happens in your favor. Just look at the past events in your life. When you truly thought that it was happening just for no reason, it was just a truly bad thing happening into your life. But now that you look at it, do you truly feel like it served a purpose? I can personally think about a million things that have happened in my life that truly felt like, okay, why is this happening? Why am I going through this? Why is this breaking? Why am I going through this? But now that I look back at it, it definitely served a purpose. So my point with the end of this slide is expectations from Allah. Expectations is everything. Whatever you expect from Allah, that is what He will give to you. You don't expect that you won't have dinner tonight. You won't expect that you won't have lunch tomorrow. You won't expect that you won't wake up tomorrow. You just expect things will happen, and that's exactly what you get. Some people just tend to expect the worst because it's more familiar. And I don't want to sound cheesy and motivational, but that's truly what humans like to do. They see what's happened in the past, project that into the future, and then they're living the same reality over and over again, because that then impacts their action steps. But anyway, I just want to make sure that everyone's tracking with me. Would you be able to drop a 1 in the chat if this is all making sense, or 2 if you'd like me to expand on anything? I see ones. All right, perfect, guys. Now, you might be thinking, Baz, I'm like, whatever situation that you're going through right now, you might be thinking, okay, cool. I see that, you went through whatever you did. Baz, what was your reason behind not giving up? Firstly, the type of personality that I have, I'd rather jump off a cliff than give up on something. That is truly the way I think. And I show that with every single thing that I do in life. So how you do one thing is how you do everything. So that I can pretty confidently say that it was the mindset behind it. I'd rather jump off a cliff than quit on something that I know has worked for someone else. And also my goals. A lot of you know that I do aim to help 1 million orphans, and I did have these aspirations that I wanted to get to and standards in life. And I felt like if I didn't make this work or any business work, I would never ever get to them. And the worst thing is remorse, that you knew it was possible, someone else did it, but just because of the stupid things that you tell yourself, tell yourself, like, oh, they just got lucky and this and that, it just worked out for them, they just had the right business idea, stupid things like that, What was the reason that you didn't actually get to your goals? I just was very afraid of that. Secondly, was family expectations. Just sharing my personal stuff here. I've literally gone from not sharing anything about me to, kind of sharing personal things now, because I guess it helps you guys in some way. So I might as well do that. This is my personal community, so why not? Family expectations. What I mean by that is, I'll be honest with you guys. My dad is he's wealthy. He he makes about 200,000 pounds a year, which is around, let's say, 250, 260 USD. And the reason I share that with you is that all that income is like him actively putting in the hours to then earn that. But because we move countries so much, he doesn't really have pension, or he doesn't have like reserves, which means that all the responsibility is on me, as in the lifestyle that him, my mom, the rest of my family are living is based on active income that he's earning. So as soon as he retires, then that goes down to literally nothing. So I always had that at the back of my mind, alongside my mindset and my goals, that this is truly going to be on me. That it's either my mom, my dad, everyone having to downgrade their lifestyle drastically, because it's all earned income, or I kind of get my stuff together and truly kind of replicate or make more than him, to then be able to sustain the lifestyle. So that was always in my head, and that I'm just giving you my personal reasons, right? Hopefully you guys can relate with it, or it might be something else. But yeah, that was the big reason that I knew if I just got like a normal 9 to 5, which would pay me maybe 4 or 5K a month, how the hell am I going to pay for this lifestyle that my parents and my family are living at the moment? Just in case people are wondering that, since my dad has money, he helped me in any way. He literally ridiculed me when I was trying to do this business. He never ever in my life given me more than 200 pounds, just so you guys know. Uh, but anyway, I've taken on this challenge to help 1,000 Muslim brothers and sisters start a halal business, skip the stress, wasting money or time, the stuff that I had to go through, the bad experiences that I had to go through. I'd like you to just skip all of that and get to the right answers, because I truly believe there's no such thing as luck in life. I believe there's a right answer to each aspect in life. You just have to find the right answer. You have to make the dua to Allah. Allah Al-Hadi, the one who guides. Please guide me to the right answer. Al-Alim, you know the right answers. You know everything. Please guide me to the right answers so I can implement them and truly get the results that I want in life. That's the dua I make every single day. And then number two is helping 1 million orphans. So the reason I'm sharing this is I'd love your guys' help with this as well, the 1 million orphans part. Love to build this community in a way where you guys are, really, really into the missions that I have as well. And what I mean by taking on this challenge with the 1,000 Muslims part is, I want to be honest with you guys, there are much, much easier ways for me to make money with the skills that I have. The 6K that I invested, I've literally invested 6,000 USD for 3 hours of that guy's time. So I could have literally been in a B2B industry and not be working with complete like beginners who don't know anything about business or mindset, and having to teach everything from scratch. It truly is very, very challenging, but I'm not going to give up, because I'd rather jump off a cliff than give up. So I'm going to make this work like clockwork. How people are getting their first clients, I'd like to make it clockwork for people to scale, which I am getting onto on my next slides. But let me just end this topic off with, it's so unfair that most people go into debt to go to university, then get a job just to pay off the debt, and then just kind of live paycheck to paycheck, paying off your daily expenses. Majority of your life gone focusing on just money, just one aspect of life, making money, sacrificing maybe your health, relationships, religion, yet you're not even a millionaire at the end. How does that make sense? How does that make sense at all? That is why I've taken this initiative, because I've seen the stories, seen what people are going through right now. And I'd truly like to be that person that can give you the right answers so you can skip the stress, wasting money or time. Lastly, a lot of people have this mindset in this day and age that what if we get scammed? Here's something very, very interesting that my mentor says, and it's pretty direct. And it's interesting that he says this. This is not something I would ever say, so I'm saying he said it. Okay. He says, for the people that say, "What if I get scammed?" He says, just tell them to their face, if you're a grown adult, you're still struggling with finances, um, and you have immense amount of debt, you've literally been scammed by life. There's nothing worse that can happen to you now. If you lose that couple of grand, that's the worst case. But just think about what can happen, like if it does work. Other than just making sure that you guys understand, I didn't say it, he says it. I know it's a bit harsh, but yeah, he says people like them have already been scammed by life, so there's not much worse that can happen. Anyway, abrupt change of topic now. Let's discuss DM ads that will replace the outbound systems that you guys have eventually. I want to give you an example of someone who's in phase 3 right now, with the accounting offer that we've given to you. He's working with Canadian accountants. So here's the DM ads that the Fiverr guy that I gave to him, Awais, he's running for him. And I'm actually partnering up with Awais to really take this far from now. But anyway, basically this that you see in front of you is the Facebook ad that we ran for him, which can everyone see the middle one? It basically shows the inquiries. When people see that ad, the accountant then send the inquiry, said, tell me more about how to get 15 clients. So that's the inquiry that he got. And then I told him yesterday, tell me whenever you book a call, so we can know, okay, the system's working. So the way this DM system works is, instead of cold calling or doing outbounds and showing your offer, Facebook does the work for you, but you just have to put a bit of money behind it. So basically he got inquiries, he got actually 3 or 4, booked in a call, and then, when he closes that client, that will become, a cash ROAS, as in 100 spent, 1,000 made, 200 spent, 2,000 made. And that's how we predictably scale a business. That's how every single person on this call has found me, through ads, through DM ads, or if not DM ads, you probably found me through a BSL, which I showed you an example of last week. But yeah, having a solid lead generation system through ads is life-changing. Like, everyone on this call discovered me through ads, and exactly that I'd like to put into your business and teach you everything I know, because again, coming back to the vision, I'd really like you guys to skip the stress. Ending this topic off, how do rich people think about money? Rich people think, how can I turn this money that I have into more money? Middle class people think, how can I take this money that I have to increase my credit so I can buy more things that I can't afford, to then still continue living paycheck to paycheck? The thing that I'm teaching you guys right now is a solid system to turn $1 into $3 consistently, predictably, and make sure that you in your lifetime, inshallah, don't have to worry about money ever again, because the ads, whether it's Facebook or some other social media channel that comes about, you'll know the principles that are getting you the results, which is a solid dialed in offer, which can be run on any platform. But ending the presentation off, I wanted to give you this example of Google Maps. When you're on Google Maps, it asks you for your location now. Where are you right now? And then you put in the exact location that you'd like to get to, the target, the goal, right? And the goal that I'd like to set in your guys' head is 2K USD, 1,600 pounds. Just get 2K USD, 1,600 pounds cash collected using Project 1 and 2, please. However quickly you can, just do whatever it takes. So then we can start running the DM ad funnel for you in your business. And then step 3 is enjoy a predictable and scalable 10K a month business. And the only way you're going to do that is if you have clarity on what exactly we're aiming for. So please, guys, all we need is for us to predictably scale to your goals. Just for now, using the outbound systems is just 2K USD. It's not impossible. Just use the Project 1 and 2. Ask me as many questions as you'd like. And also, one thing we've introduced now is Samira. She's kindly offered people to jump on a 10-minute call with her if you're really, really confused about it. Of course, don't waste her time, but if you're really, really confused about something, you can jump on a 10-minute call with her. This is only in phase 2. Phase 3, you jump on one-on-ones with me. But if you need anything whatsoever to get your first 2K USD 1600 cash collected, we're literally here for you. Please use our help. So inshallah we can get that, start running the DM ad funnel, and inshallah running a very, very stable business for you. Samira, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to, I've been waiting for for you to finish so that I would be able to give my advice at an appropriate time.
Yeah.
So if you're still doing your presentation, then yeah,
Done,
you
done.
can go ahead and I can, oh, you're done, okay. So basically, there's three things that I've noted down that I really wanted to share with everybody. One of the first things is, Alhamdulillah, I'm really happy to have the opportunity to jump on these Saturday group calls because I don't know about everybody else, but it's really refreshing, to listen to advice from somebody else's perspective and hear all this value and this knowledge that we're getting. So, Alhamdulillah, I am really lucky and I'm really happy, to be here right now and have this opportunity. And I hope that everybody else is feeling the same ways towards Azam as well. Um, and then give me one second. I noted it down so that I don't forget. Um, you're going to have to excuse me. I do have a bit of a cough though. I was going to say one of the first things was we think when we see people with a lot of money that are making over 40K, 50K per month, right? The first thing, I don't know about everybody else, but myself in the past, I used to automatically think they're so lucky, oh, lucky them. And I used to go into this, really victim mindset. And I used to just feel sorry for myself, like, how come they get there and why not me? And, I was a bit of an idiot back then, feeling sorry for myself. But then when I start seeing the effort and the work that people had to do to get there, and I realized they had to go through a lot to get there, if you get where I'm coming from. So there's no point anymore just ever thinking, oh, why did they get there but not me? How did they do it? It's literally because they chose to never give up and they chose to do the work to get there. And I'm going to screw that mindset. I'm going to literally take example off of those kind of people like Azam, and really think, what have I not done that they've done to get there, and take example from that. I hope that makes sense. And the second thing is, a couple of months ago, back in the winter, I was listening to a mindset call, and this guy, he was giving a really good, powerful speech, and it's about how people give up and have that losers mentality already. How after a couple of months, when they find something hard, I'm not pointing out anybody else either. I'm just speaking about this as a whole. Is that when people try something for a couple of months and they find it too hard or it causes too much difficulty for them, they give up so easily. But one thing I can truly say this and vouch for is that you've never really tried something unless you put in the full action, full force and work towards it for at least a couple of years, a couple of years at least. So trust me, you think you've tried something and it didn't work out for you, but you really have not tried it unless it's been 3 years. And I can full on say that. And the third really important point that I wanted to make, because I don't want to drag this on, is to always be happy and grateful no matter what situation. Because I know this is really hard to believe and really hard to grasp in the moment, but behind every no that you get, every oh it's a scam that you get, every rejection that you get, there's always something behind it that's going to be better. And every no leads closer to a yes, as long as you don't give up. And I literally trained my mind to be happy and grateful for every single situation, because I don't know how to put it in the exact right words because it sounds good in my mind. I'm going to try right now. But yeah, I try to force myself to be grateful in every single situation, because I know that whatever's not, for example, if a close was never meant to happen for me at that moment, I know that something else is going to come better, where I'm going to get an even better client, say a couple of weeks down the line. And every time I had a rejection, I took it as in, I'm going to learn something from it so that I can do something better next time. And I'm grateful that I learned of it. So yeah, those are the really important three kind of key points that I wanted to make. And I hope that inshallah everybody took some I don't know what the word is, use from this.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that, guys. Yeah, I really appreciate Samira you sharing that as well. It just helps everyone understand where you're coming from as well, because you are someone that everyone here hopefully looks up to, because you are where they'd like to be. But guys, do you feel like there's anything that you'd like me to add upon, or talk about the DM ads and how they work, etc.? I really wanted to make sure that you guys fully understand what the whole plan for this business is, because I obviously don't want you guys to make cold calls and outbounds for the rest of your life. We are gonna outsource it very, very quickly. Just need to get you to that, first 2K USD, 1,600 pounds, or anywhere near that at least, so we can start putting that money into ads, because I don't want to put your money out of your own pocket into ads. And plus we need a bit of proof of concept sales that I talked about in last week's presentation. But anyone want to discuss anything? Any questions? Yes.
So just a quick question about DM ads. Is that the stream, or at least the path forward for like phase 3, or are there alternatives to DM ads, like let's say the VSLs that you're talking about, or is that also coming into play? I'm just curious. That's all.
So the easiest funnel is DM ads. My most profitable funnel is DM ads. That's
Ah,
the only reason why I prefer to use that. But of course, when a time comes where VSLs are better, inshallah we'll use that. But VSLs are slightly more expensive, as in my ROAS for VSLs is still about a 3.6x. So that's why I'd rather use a DM ad, because the ROAS is very, very good.
exactly. That answers my question.
Perfect, guys. But yeah, like always, guys, I don't want to drag on this call too much. If you have any questions, anything you need whatsoever, you can just shoot over a text message, and inshallah I'll respond almost immediately. But yeah, updates: aim to get your first 2K USD ASAP. Number 2, if you truly need any sort of help, you can book in a 10-minute one-on-one with Samira, but that's only if you really need it. We need to be respectful of her time as well. But yeah, inshallah, we will catch up next week. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Assalamu alaikum.
So